are in the Williams-Sonoma kitchen, and guess what we're doing? Well, I don't think this lady needs any introduction, but I'm Giada De Laurentiis.
I'm Gwen, and I don't know, I can't believe this is my life right now. I've been watching this beautiful Italian girl cook on TV for, I don't even know, as long as you've been doing it. So I feel like I'm in this is my favorite store, Williams-Sonoma, and this is crazy that we're doing this.
We're here because we're going to make a little apple pie, because Gwen has, I don't know, she's been making some pies lately, and I think she wants to learn how to make a crust, which, by the way, is one of the most popular things for people right now, is to learn how to make some kind of homemade crust from scratch.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, when you have a mom that does it every Christmas and every holiday she does the pies, and so I feel like it's time for me to learn.
Was your kitchen sort of a hands-off kitchen, or was it like your mom asked everybody to help?
She's like, okay, we're doing the pies, everybody help with the pies, but it's mostly the apple cutting. That was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's the tedious stuff that nobody wants to do. All right, so we're going to make a pie. And in the process of making this crust from scratch and making an apple Parmesan pie, we're also going to learn that Williams-Sonoma is selling your holiday CD.
That's true. I have a Christmas record, which probably some of you know about. And it's actually, the crazy part about it is Williams-Sonoma is selling it in the store. And
I know, that's what I thought was cool.
My favorite thing is they're actually playing the record as you shop.
And why aren't they playing it right now?
Because we're talking right now, so we don't want to get.
So then, you know what you could do? You could sing for us live at some point.
That would be really just not a good idea.
Start to just sort of belt it out. All right, so we're going to start with a little bit of flour that I just made, put everywhere. Anyway, 2 cups of flour.
Okay.
Okay, so the idea being that when you make a dough from scratch, you want to chill the bowl, just to keep the butter and everything cold, because that's the whole.
This part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So chill it for like an hour in the fridge.
Okay.
It'll keep all the ingredients really cold. Okay, so you could do a little bit of salt, so a teaspoon of salt.
This is so crazy.
Okay, so then oh my God.
I'm excited. This is surreal. I love you.
See, next I'd like a singing lesson. Okay, so we're gonna do some butter.
Okay.
So the trick, so you were saying that you use, or your mom uses Crisco.
Crisco, right.
Which, yes, is sort of a foolproof way to make a pie crust.
To have a heart attack, okay.
Yeah, and so I like to use butter, but you could definitely use Crisco if you wanted to. But I'm using butter today, unsalted.
Is it harder to do, so foolproof, this means it's harder to do it this way?
Well, there are a couple of tricks. First of all, you want to feel the bowl, how cold it is. The butter has to be cold, okay? And we have 14 tablespoons of butter. So you know how much that is? That's like 1 3/4 of a stick. Wow. Unsalted, no salt.
How many workouts is that?
It's a lot of workouts. You don't want to eat a ton of this, but during the holidays, I think it's like the time everybody can just sort of splurge. And if you want to look like a rock star at home, making a homemade crust and making apple pie or pot pie with a homemade crust, I think there's nothing better. Okay, so you want to make sure it's really cold like this. See how cold this is? So cut it up and put it in the fridge for like 2 hours or more. And then just dump it in there. And then we're going to do a little bit of, what is this?
Parmesan cheese, which seems like a weird idea, but actually, when you actually think about it, it's very
sweet
creative
and savory.
Now, is that an Italian thing, or is that your Italian
We don't really make apple pie in Italy.
Okay.
It's a very American sort of tradition. So
I wish, in some ways, we could also, if we have time, we won't, but we could talk about it maybe off camera, is Italian cookies. Those are my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Do you make them?
No, I've never made them.
Okay.
But I actually think I've watched you do the biscotti before, which,
I love biscotti because you can make them in advance and they last and they don't break. I just like that. And you can flavor them with anything and you can dip them in coffee and tea.
That's my favorite.
All right, so what you want to do is sort of pulse it all together. So what I'm going to have you do, we got to keep this dough chilled. Okay. So we're going to pour 1/2 cup of water.
All at one time?
Just slowly we're going to do it. Okay. It'll bring the flour together. I just don't want to, go a little bit faster.
Oh, excuse me. How's that?
Good.
No ice, right?
No ice. We're good. So see, hold on. It takes teamwork. So what you want, see, like little chickpeas almost? See, it's crumbly like this? So this is what you want to do. When I said there's a couple of tricks, you got to keep the butter cold so you can never get it too hot. The food processor tends to get really, really hot at a certain point and melts everything. So you want to keep everything cold because the whole point of getting a flaky crust, which is what Crisco's so great at, is you see the little pockets? So what we're going to do is we're going to put the dough together, but you see these little pockets of dough in here? So when you bake, the butter just kind of expands, and when it expands, that's how the air gets in there and you get this flaky, buttery, but if everything's mixed together, the butter has nowhere to go. So you don't get it nice and flaky. Crisco is one of those things that sort
I
of...
can't stop freaking out.
No, but Crisco is one of those things that kind of guarantees
This
it.
is Giada right here. And she's
Here
in
we
my
go.
face.
Here we go.
It's
Here we go.
awesome.
Okay, so now,
Okay.
this is what we do. It's a little hot right here.
Okay.
But that's okay. That's all right. We'll make a mess. Okay, so wait. So it comes together like this, right? I just noticed that we both have gold nails.
I noticed that too.
Yeah. We're both very festive in our red. All right, so tell us more about your holiday album. Tell me why. Why do it?
I feel like, I'm a Christmas freak, first of all. In fact, my little baby yesterday, we were going to a Christmas party, and he turned to me in the car seat, and he's like, Mom, why do you like Christmas so much?
Well, wait, doesn't he love Christmas
yes,
so much?
But
All
I was
kids like Christmas.
but I don't understand. Like, I guess he just realized this Christmas was different because I started doing it in April when I started writing the record. And I think for me, like, as a writer, a songwriter, which is what I love the best out of everything I do, is to write a Christmas hit would be like the dream, because you want it, because then it's like every year your song gets revisited.
Okay, so that's really what is so great about a Christmas album is you can play it over and over and over every single year.
And even like when I'm gone in heaven, you can play it too.
Oh wow, we're gonna go there now.
No, I'm just saying, it's like, if you think about that, music is the backdrop of all the memories. Yeah. So Christmas is one of those big memories, especially for children and for everybody. So that's where you really, really, really remember stuff. So I just wanted to do it, and it was so easy and it was so fun.
And why now? Why didn't you do it like?
Because I never could ever get my regular songs written, and because it takes me a long time to write in the past.
So it just took a long time to get the songs where you needed.
You know
them
what
to
it is? It was meant to be this year. It just feels so right. It was so fun and easy, and feels like people like it, so that makes me really happy, and it's just been really fun to share.
Well, I think what's great about the holidays is that people are happy. It's a time of year where just you kind of can't help but be happy, you know? And everybody has music memories, food memories, and it's just a family time. Yeah. And there's really no other time of year where that actually happens for everyone.
That's true.
All right, look.
That's perfect.
This is what you created. Yeah. So this goes in the fridge for like an hour at least, up to 2 days. So you can make the doughs and just leave them, and then you're all prepped. Okay.
Giada,
so,
a quick question from the audience.
Yes.
Okay. The dough. Can this dough be used for a savory recipe?
That dough can be used for any recipe, yes, of course. Because it's got Parmesan cheese in it, it doesn't have sugar in it, so you can use it for your pot pie. It'll be like a Parmesan cheesy pot pie.
That would be amazing. And I was telling her that I cook, but I feel like I'm really good at a few things. I'm getting better. I feel like cooking, again, putting in the refrigerator for 2 hours, like that just to me is like, what? Like, how can I wait?
No, I know.
I don't have the patience, you know what I mean? But I'm learning. But I think that I did the pot pie just recently with the other, like 2 weeks ago, and I did do it on, I don't know if some of my fans might have seen it on my Snap, because I was so proud of it. I was like, look, it looks so good.
Now, did you use a recipe?
And you know, that's what's so fun about the internet. You go on there. It took me about 2 hours to find one that I wanted, because I got obsessive, like, looking through.
Well, the thing is, how do you know? That's what I always wonder with people.
That's true.
Like, unless you use somebody's recipe who you know you've used before, or someone who's, I don't know, reputable, I don't know how people would know what to do.
I would have a really good Christmas, not Christmas, but kind of Christmas. Well, we do Italian Christmas, so we do lasagna, and last year, me and Blake, for the first time, because we had a lot of time on our hands, because the kids came back on the day after Christmas, so on Christmas Day, we cooked all day, and we did like the craziest carb fest. Like, we did homemade gnocchis, potato gnocchis. We did lasagna, which is my mom's recipe, which is the reason why I say it's like a 50s recipe, because you use like a packet, so I know that's like illegal for you guys, but it's the one that's
not illegal, but
I know, but I'm saying, like, it has that, you know, in the 50s where they were coming out with all those, I can't even remember the name of the brand, but it's my mom's recipe from my grandma that's not Italian.
Okay.
So anyways, it's still the family recipe. Anyways, we did that, and then we did manicotti for the first time, so I've never done that before, but that was for the vegetarians, you know. And cut to, my point is that when we did the gnocchis, and we just found a recipe online, and we have the family recipe that my Italian side did forever, but I didn't have it when I was trying to practice, blah, blah, blah. Cut to, my parents come over in the morning, and it was like a war. It was like everybody was like, no, you should do it like this. My dad's like, they're not dry enough. You can't put them in yet. You gotta you should put them in the oven. I was like, Dad, if you put them in the oven, they're gonna dry out. And then he starts like like scraping them. You know how long it took me to roll those things out? And they were all hard, and it was a whole thing.
Right.
But is that an Italian thing to fight about
my
the food,
aunt
right?
gives me living hell all the time. She's like, you don't know what you're doing. You're just doing it for camera and for TV.
Wow.
This isn't the way we do it. You're fooling people. It's constant. And I have to say, I revert to being that young girl. And I feel bad, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? What am I doing? And even though I know I'm doing it the right way, they make me feel insecure about it.
I proved a big point, which is that they don't need to be dry before they go in. So they works both ways.
Yes, there is no one way of doing things, which is why I said you can use Crisco for sure.
Yeah.
Or you can use butter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the flavor's a little bit different. I mean, butter to me is just, I don't know, I guess it's more elegant. I would say, because Crisco does have a lot of, synthetics in it.
Right.
So it's going to come out a little bit in the baking process.
Right.
So this tastes really good. Okay, I have a little job for you.
Okay.
Actually, we're going to do this together. Why don't we make the filling? So the apples are cut. You just put them right here. You're just going to add all of those things to it. So basically some sugar, 1/4 cup of sugar to the apples. They're just using Granny Smith. You could use whatever kind of apples you like.
Oh,
Granny
really?
Smith,
I thought that's what you're supposed to use because this goes good with the Parmesan, right? That
it does.
tart.
Personally, I like pippin apples, but there's just such a short time that they're available. But you could do a mix of apples.
Okay.
I mean, you could do Macintosh, you could do food, you could do a bunch of different apples. Traditionally, apple pie is made with Granny Smith.
Do I look cute doing this?
This is really cute, yes. It's a tablespoon of flour, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of salt.
Giada, another question.
Yeah.
Alexander's
Mix it all. I know, isn't that funny?
That's so cute. Unsalted butter.
Oh, unsalted. When you bake, always unsalted butter.
How come?
Salted butter is only for your toast or bread to eat.
Really?
Yes. So salted butter has a different moisture content. So you don't want to take any moisture out of this butter that you're going to use for this dough. It's really important it has moisture, otherwise it's dry.
Are you just saying that for TV?
See?
Just kidding.
Just like my Italian aunt. No, I'm not saying it for TV. Definitely if you bake cookies, whatever it is,
I always
unsalted.
wondered that because I never listened
Yeah.
to them when they say that in the recipe, so now I know.
Yes,
I thought it
it's
was
for
just
sure
for flavor.
unsalted.
I was like, well, it needs salt, so.
No,
right?
because salted butter has less moisture in it.
This
So you don't
already
wanna do
looks
that.
good.
Right?
Yeah, that would be like a good little snack for a kid.
This?
Maybe with
You just
sugar.
minus the flour and stuff. It might make it a little gummy after a while.
But it looks like
Yeah,
delicious.
so it's lemon juice, cinnamon, sugar, a little flour just so it doesn't get wet. Because you know how sometimes it can get the bottom of the crust gets all gross? Okay, so the filling is now done. We'll
That's
put
a
it there.
good trick. I don't think my mom does that.
Oh, she probably uses cornstarch.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm.
She
I'm gonna
definitely.
Now I'm really.
She
gonna
definitely
figure this
uses
out.
something. There's no way she uses nothing because otherwise it would just be wet and
I
goopy.
feel like I'm at the age now that I really want to know. Like, what does my mom do?
That's yours.
Okay.
You should find out because one of your kids might be interested someday. And you know what you could do? You could eventually just do your a cookbook.
How about all my rings? What's going to happen then?
Yeah, that's why I don't wear any.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. Well, you could either take them off
gonna take
or
them off.
you're going to have to clean them later. You know what else it is the nails sometimes.
Yeah.
But
we learned how to.
But we
work
learned how to
around
work
that.
around it, yes. I mean, I can't tell you how many people are like, how can you cook with those nails? I'm like, well, you learn. I learned to work around it. Okay, so we cut the dough in half because we have to make a bottom
Okay.
and we have to make a top, right? So, yeah, do you have enough? Because it's a little warm here, so we just have to make sure the dough doesn't, And then we're going to take a rolling pin because one of us has to make the top layer and one of us has to make the bottom
This
layer,
dough
the
is
apple
perfect.
pie.
It really is. And she really did make it right before our eyes.
Sort of. The magic of it all. Okay, so see how you can see the butter, the little bits of butter? So that's what you want to keep together because that's when it gets in the oven and then it kind of like bubbles up and flakes and it's just, that's what makes this dough so good.
I think that's where everyone would go wrong because they'd be like, oh, we have to blend it.
Yeah, don't blend the butter. You just want it to be sort of, it's kind of like little beans, like garbanzo beans almost, like very like chickpea-like, you know, little bits. There we go, just like that. So do you guys sing in the kitchen when you're cooking, especially if it's you and Blake? Do you guys like sing the whole time?
We're like we're in a musical constantly, and we just sing. And we make
Do you Snapchat that stuff? Because I'm going to start following you just to see.
We don't actually talk to each other. We just sing like a musical, and everything we sing is like, I love you. Like, it's pretty much the whole time, like, about how great we are.
Oh, my God. That's so cute. That is very sweet.
He's actually
I like
a really,
that.
he has a good feel for cooking.
Does he cook?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Like what? Southern food or what?
Mostly things that are bad for you.
Yeah, I
but
was just going to say. Fried food?
Everything's fried. It shocks me because, you know, growing up in California, we are a specific breed. You know what I mean? Like, we learn how to be healthy.
Yep.
And in Oklahoma, they learn how to just have fun and eat and, like, not worry about it. It's fun, though. It's weirdly familiar, though.
You're doing really well, by the way.
Thank you. A lot of traditions that,
flour, 'cause it's gonna...
you know, it's American traditions. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of familiar things.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, listen, you know, my ex-husband was from Michigan, so I learned.
My dad's from Michigan.
Okay, there you go.
And he's the Italian one, so I think.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of Italian American like things came out of that, and I wrote a lot of recipes that had a lot of sort of baked casseroles and things of that nature.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because so this is our family. My grandma, right? My dad's mom and her husband, my grandpa, my dad's dad, married 2 brothers and sisters. Do you know what I'm saying? So 2 brothers married 2 sisters that are separate, so it's not weird. It's
Wow, they're not like
it would be like if me and my sister married Blake and his brother. Okay.
Wow.
But
that makes it really fun.
Well, it was really interesting because there was a lot of sisters too. So it's a big family, an Italian family. So when I went on tour and I finally got to go to Michigan to see, her name's Aunt Dot. She's gone now, but I went to their house and I walked in. I was like, my God, this smells just like our sauce. Like, because they did the same recipe. They look the same. Like my grandparents.
Well, yeah, they're working off of the same thing, aren't they?
Were already gone, but my aunt and uncle looked like them because they were brother and sister.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
That is funny. Wait, where's our...
Hi guys in Michigan with the Italians. Ah!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
How come Italians are so proud? You notice that?
Yeah. Well,
I guess it's because it's, I don't know, it's just something.
You know, it's weird too because a lot of Italians, when they first moved here, and you were saying it, that your dad, that everybody was like, don't speak Italian, don't tell anybody you're Italian, change your name, all that kind of stuff.
That's why my dad doesn't speak.
Yeah, my family was the exact opposite. They were like, you have to.
Is that too thick? You tell me, because that's what I didn't know.
Well, be careful because it's not even, because look, it's breaking there, so maybe don't go any further.
Okay.
We're going to put a little more flour because I don't want it to melt, you know? But yeah, I think Italians are super proud. And I mean, honestly, right now, my boyfriend is from New Jersey, and I got to tell you, like, talk about proud Italians. The Italians from New Jersey are just so proud.
No, I know one as well, a friend of ours, Jay. Hi, Jay. What's up, little Jay? His wife is from New Jersey, and she was saying that she came from a town there that there was not any other restaurants. It was just Italian. She grew up. She's like, we don't eat any other food but Italian food.
No, there is no other food.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was funny because he's like, yeah, I'm going to make my mom's sauce. This is when I first started dating him. And he's like, we're going to have a sauce off. I'm like, no. You really want to have a sauce off with me? So he made his sauce. Oh, Shane, don't kill me if you're watching. Anyway, he
so
invited
a
all
New
his
Jersey
friends off.
Italian sauce?
Yeah. And so I tasted it, and I'm like, let me doctor this up. I don't want you to feel bad when your friends come over and my sauce wins. It's going to be pretty obvious. So he was like, oh, I didn't realize I had to add salt, and I didn't realize I had to do all this stuff. I'm like, well, what sauce are you making? He's like, it's my mom's, and I love it. I thought, well, she might have not told you everything that was in the sauce. You might think you knew, but you maybe didn't. So,
so competitive, this cooking world.
Oh, I know. We're very competitive.
Wait, we've got a question from Merritt.
Okay, hi, Merritt.
To know what
this is
your
so crazy and weird.
Christmas song is.
My favorite Christmas song? That's a good question. I don't have a favorite Christmas song, I don't think, because that's why, I mean, Christmas is like all about all the music, but I have a crazy thing that happened to me when I was writing my Christmas music. I wrote this song at Blake's Ranch, and I went for a run, and I was going to go for my, like, spiritual exercise. I was going to pray the whole time. And
wait, you run and pray?
I did this day, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I had this like idea that I was going to pray and run, and we're in this like the middle of wilderness, beautiful animals everywhere. And I was praying. I said, gosh, if I did write a song, I wonder what it would be. God, do you think I could write one? Or nerd, like talking to myself out loud, running. And this song came out, and it was called Christmas Eve, and it was like the whole chorus, the lyrics. And I ran back to get my phone to like put it, because I was like, and I was like, Mom, is this, did I steal this? Is this from church? Like, it sounds like, no, I thought that I copied it, but it wasn't. And ended up being a song that I recorded on my record, and then Blake ended up recording on his Christmas record as well. So, and then
that's so cute.
And all the kids from this children's hospital in Nashville sang on his version, the ones that were well enough. So it's kind of like a Christmas miracle song. So I would have to say that has to probably be my favorite song because it was just handed down.
Blake has the same song, but with...
Well, I wrote the song, and when he heard it, he loved it, and he ended up recording it for his Christmas record.
Before yours or after yours?
They both came out at the same time.
Oh, so he has one too?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
But I mean,
That's amazing. Oh my God.
And we sing in the kitchen to each other. No, we don't.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's so great. Okay, so your favorite song is on Christmas Eve.
I think so.
On your album.
I have to say that.
How many songs are on your album?
12 songs.
Okay.
I did half covers, and then I did half originals that I wrote.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So 6 original songs.
Yeah, it was so fun.
That's so great.
It was fun. I could have kept going.
I don't know how you guys do that. That's a gift. All right, crust is done.
Wow.
We're gonna fill it with the apples.
I'm just gonna say that my crust I made the other day did not look like this.
It didn't.
It looked good when
it should look kind of like this.
Dry. It was really dry.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you didn't put. You know, it's really dry right now. So that's probably it. You have to add water.
I just think I did everything wrong, but it's okay.
But you said it was great, so you couldn't have done everything wrong.
It turned out okay. Crisco saved the day.
By the way, how about these?
Those chemicals.
These little Williams Sonoma.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. Okay, so let's put them right like that. Right? Okay, now.
So can I ask a question?
Yes,
so,
sure.
And it looks like there's not a lot of juice. There's gonna get juice.
Correct.
Right?
The juice is
and
gonna...
not a lot of sugar at all.
No, not a lot of sugar. You don't want the apple pie to be so sugary. I feel like it shouldn't be like that overwhelming, like sweet, but it'll be sweet enough, I promise. And the lemon juice, as it sits, it starts to sort of
pull out.
Yeah,
Okay.
leach it out, and as it bakes, it'll come out. Okay, so ready to move it? So here's the best way to move pie dough. We're gonna wrap it up like this, and then look, then you land it just like that.
Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. It looks like a cartoon.
I know, right? Well, because
the bumps.
Well, that, but also if you try to move it, a lot of times that's when it breaks.
Yeah,
and then you're
did
trying to
that.
put it
Mine
back together.
broke.
Yeah, well, but if you put it on the rolling pin, and I'm sure that you can get one of these.
But it's
at
more
Williams
than
Sonoma.
just that. It's the actual crust is perfect, so it worked.
Well, you just have to let it sit, and you can't overmix it. And the mixer should be cold, and the butter should be cold, and the water should be cold.
So many
can you
things.
remember all that?
I do. I actually can remember that.
All right,
believe
look.
it or not.
Ready? Let's crimp.
Okay.
Use your fingers, and we'll just.
Wait,
what do
style
you
are
usually
doing?
do?
My mom goes like.
Do what your
let
mom
me show
does.
you
I
what
want to
my
see.
mom- She does. I can't do it because of my nails and my everything, but she does that.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
right?
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can do that.
I'm gonna have my assistant do that because my nails are too long. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna do it.
Look. I even do it like.
I'm gonna
fold
watch
it.
you. I'm
I
watching
fold
you.
it in. You could also just take a knife and cut it all off. And
No,
that'll
because
seal
I
it.
like the crust.
I like it just free form.
Do you want to know what my mom does with the extra crust? It's my favorite thing ever.
What does she do?
rolls it out, and then
nails
she
are not
just
helping
sprinkles sugar and cinnamon on top, and
Yeah.
then it's just like
They're
little
like
cookies.
they're like
yeah.
frittelles. They're
Oh.
like Italian frittelle. Frittelle. Yeah.
That's like my favorite thing.
My nails are also getting all messed
Ooh,
up.
I
in
like
here.
how you're doing that. See, that looks
But
more...
use your nails, because here, you do that side.
But
I'm doing
I'm
this
watching
side.
you because that's like very
I'm not
beautiful.
doing. Well, the problem is my
It's very,
nails.
like, you look very-
Lish! No, I'm just kidding.
It's very Pinterest.
Yeah, it's not. It's not good because my nails are too dang long. I was trying to get them done before I came here, but it didn't work. So. Oh well.
Question from Iris.
Okay,
What are you
I
doing
like
for
that
the
name.
holidays this year?
Hi, Iris. What am I doing for the holidays? I'm going to be listening to my Christmas record.
At Williams Sonoma, while she bakes a pie
No, I honestly have a lot of plans. We go big, and I think
with your family.
with everybody, yeah. And so I think we're going to end up having we go Christmas Eve church, and we all.
Do you do Feast of the Seven Fish?
No, we don't.
Okay.
That's
very
crazy.
Italian.
I know that's.
Yeah.
I
Italian.
love fish, but not everybody. But
Okay.
anyways, we're going to do the lasagna.
Okay.
We do the lasagna, but
Okay. So you go to church.
Church, and then we go to my brother's, and we do Christmas carols like nerds. And my brother plays the accordion, and then we watch the Santa meter to see where he is in the world, because
Okay.
you can look at that, track the Santa tracker.
Do your kids still believe in Santa?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you? She just ruined the entire Christmas right now. Did you hear what she just did? Okay.
I'm sorry, they're 11 and
They're at
9.
school. They're at school.
Yeah, they're not watching.
And then we are gonna go home, and then we wake up and do Christmas morning at our house. And
Okay.
Then we just it keeps.
So you
going.
open the gifts Christmas morning?
Yeah.
Not Christmas Eve?
No.
Okay, we open them Christmas Eve.
You do?
Yeah, but that's the Italian tradition. The Feast of the Seven Fish.
What
and
is
then
that exactly?
So, well, it's biblical. It's from the Bible, and we only eat fish. And usually it's 7 courses, but nobody ever actually does 7 courses. But it's fish on Christmas Eve, and then lasagna and meat on Christmas Day. And all our presents get opened because that's when in Italian we call it Babbo Natale, which is Santa Claus. He comes on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he
Italian.
actually gives the presents that
Correct.
day. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now
That looks so pretty.
here we go. You're gonna brush the top with a little bit of egg. I'm gonna clean my fingers.
And my mom definitely doesn't do that.
Okay, but this is just so, well, if you do this, you can do it with water, you can do it with egg. It gives it a nice golden tan. It's like putting oil on your body and then going out in the sun.
So fun to do.
It bakes you. And
so fun.
it also will help the Parmesan cheese stick to it because we're going to put Parmesan cheese
keep
on the top of the
forgetting that
crust.
there's Parmesan cheese in it. That's
Yeah.
such a-
So egg wash is either...
on the outside too?
Yeah, all over it. Is either a beaten egg or you can do egg and a little bit of water.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can just do water. Anything to sort of give it a little bit of moisture so when it goes in the oven it sort of bakes and gets golden brown because you want a golden brown crust.
Do you cook
There we
dinner
go.
every night for your kids?
I cook a lot, yes. But cooking at home and cooking for camera is completely different things because I don't have to talk while I'm cooking. So it's a lot. Oh, here, why don't you do it?
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to grate a little bit, about 2 tablespoons or so of, yeah, it's like snowing.
Put like acrylic nail in there too? Just kidding.
Well, by the way, that does happen from time to
I
time,
know.
depending on the length of your nails. Perfect.
Wow, that's so pretty. It's like snow.
Yes,
Cheese
I
snow.
love it. Okay, so the last trick you want to do is you want to take a knife and create a little vent on top. I
Okay.
bet your mom does this. Otherwise, the crust will explode.
I'm trying to think of. I don't. Maybe she does.
You must have done it on
I'm
your
gonna
pot
go
pie.
home. I'm gonna go home and like.
You must have. Just a little vent so that all of the steam can escape.
That's so cute. That little.
go.
That just looks like a little Pinterest page.
Yes,
pie.
see? Just if it's just a little sticky. Okay, then we put it in a 400-degree oven for 45 minutes until it is a golden brown. Oh, I guess it's right here. Oh, that's why it's so hot, because the oven's right. There we go.
Look, it's not on.
And so we don't have 45 minutes to wait. So this one's been cooling, but it's actually still warm. Look at that.
That is so pretty.
And then, here. We got G plates.
Oh, G&G.
Look at that. Double G. And I guess I could, here's some whipped cream. Now, you could do whipped cream, you could do ice cream, you could do nothing. It could be whatever, but
We do
I
whipped
like it.
cream. We do whipped cream with all of our pies, but
Okay.
But we also do with apple. I feel like ice cream's really good.
I really like ice cream too, but there's no refrigeration here, so I was told no ice cream.
Okay.
So we did the next best thing, whipped cream, which sits a little bit better than ice cream. There we go. All right, so here we go. Should we cut into this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, where's my other knife? Here, let me clean this knife. Actually, you do the honors. You cut
Okay.
into it. I'm going to move this out of your way. We're sort of made a mess of it. I'm one of those cooks that cleans as she goes along, so when I see
Oh,
a
it
mess, it
smells
drives
so
me
good.
insane.
I feel like the holidays really have started. Ever since I was in Dubai, I couldn't stop eating. I was like, okay. I had like baklava when I was there.
Oh, really?
Have you ever made that? That looks
I've
like
made
it's-
baklava, yeah.
It takes like
I've
forever.
never been to Dubai and had the baklava there, but
it was
I've made
so.
it.
They gave me a pile of
See,
it.
I love baklava because I love that phyllo dough
Yeah,
with the sugar.
isn't that
and
really hard to make? Like
It's
hours.
a pain, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pain in the butt. I have a bit of a potty mouth. I have to watch every once in a while. Okay,
Oh my gosh, that smells
here we
so
go.
good. I would never have thought of Parmesan cheese apple pie, but that smells incredible.
I ate that one, so now you're going to have to cut another slice.
Giada, one more question about the pie from
Mm-hmm.
Angela. What's the best way to keep it fresh in case you have leftovers?
I
question.
just, the thing is about the crust is that the crust will sort of fall apart a little bit in the fridge. I usually just cover it, and believe it or not, I leave it out at room temperature. Usually during the holidays, it's cold enough. I mean, unless you crank your heater, it's really hot. Otherwise, you could also just leave it outside if you wanted. I mean, the problem with the refrigerator is it just kills the crust, and it never really comes back. Even if you rebake it, it just dries it out. So personally, cover it, leave it in your kitchen in sort of a cool place. That's what I do.
That's a good question.
You want some whipped cream?
I'm okay. I'm gonna just try.
Now I feel like I have to because I asked for it.
Oh.
I got people off camera looking at me like, you better eat some whipped cream, lady. You asked for it. So I'm eating it.
I'll try it.
So I have this this lifestyle website called Giadzy, Giadzy. So this recipe, if anybody wants to make it, or if you ever feel the need to look this up for the crust, you can go to giadzy.com to get it. What do you think?
Wow.
No. I think
That is an Italian girl's dream right there. A little Parmesan cheese goes with everything.
It's not bad, right? With Parmesan cheese?
That's seriously a good idea. I'm definitely gonna.
Now you could put chicken in it. Or you could put anything you wanted really in it.
You mean if I made a pot pie, you're saying without the apples,
But
right?
look how much liquid there's in there.
That's crazy.
I mean, not a lot, but it's a lot more than when we first put it in.
And you want something too, like, I agree with you, like when it's too sweet. Like that's when you go like
So
to a
this isn't very
restaurant, it's
sweet.
always too sweet, I think.
Well, because I think a lot of people love sugar. And this time of year, sugar is like everything to them, and it's the excuse to eat it. So everything's over-sugared, but I can't put too much sugar, especially because I put the Parmesan cheese in there. So if you wanted a little more sugar, you could do a half a cup if you wanted. I brought it down a little bit because I liked sort of the lemon and a little bit of sugar and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And then you could put, you know, if you serve it with ice cream's usually really sweet. So you need something to balance it out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's so overly sweet that, like,
I agree.
you don't eat it anymore.
That is so
know?
good. You need to make this. I love her.
And she makes the best music. Thank you.
Thank you to everybody that is watching and who listened to my record, and I'm so happy to be part of your holidays and any records that I ever did. Thank you so much. You actually helped me through my life. I really, really, really mean that, honestly. It's true.
I know, because at the end of the day, it's the fans that keep us doing what we do. I mean, you can love to do what you do, but it's sort of a group effort to kind of...
Yeah, because if you don't care, then well, I guess I would probably still make music, but...
You would,
but I like you guys.
But I think music changes people's lives. It really does. And I think for a lot of people, it gets them through really tough times.
That is true.
And I think that's why people have such a close and strong connection, because it's an emotional sort of connection.
True. Music is magic.
Yeah, it is. And we all need to eat. So at some point, you know, it's the things that kind of change us and, I don't know, make memories happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are we
Have
good?
a great
Are
holiday.
we doing more, or are we good? Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. Happy holidays to everybody. Oh, yeah, bring your thing down. Yeah. Good idea. That's what it looks like. Oh, my God.
You get one of these. No. Oh, that smells good. Oh, it's fake.
Oh, it's
not. I don't know.
Is it fake?
I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's not, actually.
That was fun.
That was fun. Thank you.